Update: my boyfriend denied me and pretended to be single in front of other girls, right in front of me. Now he's going hysterical because I'm leaving him. I did decide to answer the door and hear what he had to say, if only to try to understand his reasons behind it. At first, he denied it and said that none of it ever happened, and that my friend was lying to me because she was jealous of us and had always wanted him. She has a boyfriend of 3 years. He said he had no idea what she was talking about or why I was so mad at him. I just said, "I heard you say it, too." He said, "Say what?" But then he just saw the look on my face and crumbled. He said that prior to us dating, he had never gotten attention from girls before, and it went to his head when it happened last night. He said that he'd always felt in disbelief because he believed I was out of his league and it was a pure fluke that I'd ever been interested in him. Apparently, girls never approached him before we were dating, ever. So when it happened at the party, he didn't know how to react. He said he enjoyed the attention for once in his life and just went with it. According to him, he wasn't planning on doing anything but just impulsively said whatever to keep the attention coming. He swears up and down that he just enjoyed the ego boost that came from girls being interested in him, but he would never ever cheat on me. In his mind, he thought it was harmless because he knew he would never let it go further than feeding his ego, and that if he'd known that I would hear, he never would have done it and risked hurting me. At this point I started to cry, because to me it was such a stupid reason to throw away what we had. I know some of you will say that I should forgive him, but I just can't. He broke my trust in him and, honestly, he hurt my pride. I want a guy who can handle when some other girl shows interest in him with maturity and respect. A guy who loves me so much that he would never dream of leading a girl on for attention because I feel like my attention should be enough. Someone who's proud to point at me and say sorry, I'm taken. And she's a great girl with no regrets. I told him that I thought it was a really stupid reason to damage our relationship, and I guess it must have sunk in that I was planning to leave him. He broke down crying too and begged me to please try to forgive him because it was a stupid drunken mistake. It was so hard to stay strong, but I was very angry with him. I cried so hard because he started telling me he loved me more than anyone, and he was just stupid, drunk, and inexperienced, and he wished he could take it all back because it wasn't worth losing me. I said I was glad he realized his mistake, but if he really loved me more than anyone, then he really needed a better way to show it than pretending I don't exist to other pretty girls. He got hysterical and just started saying, I'm sorry, I can't lose you, please forgive me." I told him that I thought his actions last night were honestly pathetic and disgusting, and they changed my view of him. I told him it was sad that he would throw himself after a girl and lie just to get a few minutes of attention, and that I didn't think it was a good excuse to say that never happened to me before, so I didn't know how to handle, or I was just innocently enjoying the attention. What would happen next time? How could I trust him to act appropriately and control himself? He said that he'd learned from this and he'd do better next time, but honestly, I just couldn't get over it. He made me feel worthless as his girlfriend and something he had to hide to get the attention of other women because my attention wasn't adequate. I know that isn't necessarily true, but that's just how he made me feel. I also told him he'd lowered himself in my eyes and I didn't respect him anymore. So I told him to get out and not talk to me anymore. I'm leaving a box of his stuff on the porch so he can get it without talking to me. Then I lay on my couch and cried with my dog until I felt sick. It shouldn't feel this crappy, because I'm still really mad at him, but we had an amazing year together and it sucks that something so small and stupid could cause him to jeopardize that. I don't want to be with a guy who values our relationship so little. I feel better today. It sucks not being in a relationship anymore, but I feel like I deserve better. He's been blowing up my phone saying he's been at home crying and he loves me so much. I'm just waiting for him to pick up his stuff so I can block his number. My best friend also just broke up with his girlfriend of 2 years, so we're planning a road trip together to take our mind off things. I wasn't able to go before because I didn't want to make my boyfriend uncomfortable, but this weekend I'm going to go hang out with my bestie and swim at the beach and forget things.